Good morning, everyone. We're going to start off with our explosion box. So on your instructions, there was some stuff noted in red that we were going to get you to pre-cut. So these are the two items that you were to pre-cut. We're not going to necessarily use all of this, but there'll be extra paper that you can use it on as well. So we're going to start off with our box. So just show you the sample one, and then we'll continue. So this is what I've done with the explosion box. And also, yeah, sorry, you're supposed to also cut out these little bumblebees from the sticker sheet. That was in your homework. So this is the box that we'll be doing. So what is nice about this box, it comes already made, so we're just going to decorate it. And this can hold a lot of photos. So I didn't put photos in mine, but you can do that later on after we've decorated it all up. So we will start with our boxes and do our first cut. And we're going to start with the large hexagon piece, which is the box lid. And we're going to take our first piece of paper, which is the one that's called Buzzing By. So it's got the honeycomb pattern. And we're going to just flip it over and we're going to trace our first hexagon piece onto this with this piece that we cut out. And I'm going to work along with everyone so that we're going to try to get this project done, and hopefully everyone can keep up. Now I traced it from the back just so we don't see the pencil lines on the other side. So it's been all about the bees lately. It seems like it's been very popular paper. So anyways, so what I'm going to do with this piece is you're going to dry fit it first, because these boxes are not necessarily all the same. And then of course, when I did make the pattern for this, it fits a certain way. So it looks like then, of course, I'm working on black. I'm sorry, we should have changed our mat to white. All right, so there is my dry fit. So what I did is I just put a pencil mark here and a pencil mark on the bottom so that when I put this on, it's going to match up. So we're just going to add some adhesive to this piece. And I just use 3/8 score tape. You can use 1/2 inch as well. It doesn't matter, whatever you have will work. Move our backing and we'll gear it to our top of our box. All right, so I got this marked here and this marked, so we're going to just attach it to our lid. Now I'm just going to erase that little mark and we're good to go. So that is our lid piece. We're going to do the decorating last, so we'll just put that aside. And then we are going to take, and on our explosion box, we have another hexagon piece that we're going to trace, and that is for the inside of the box. So that is this piece, which is marked inside box. And we're going to take the piece that's got the gray gingham. So it's the one that's called Sunflowers. We're going to be using this side though, but we're going to trace it onto the sunflower side. So we're going to do these two pieces first, and then we'll start working on we'll cover the outside of the box using the same paper, and then we'll start cutting our little pages inside the box. And I guess the outside as well. We'll cut this one out. All right, so this piece is for the inside of your box. And you can do a dry fit again. This one is pretty good for measurement. So this one works pretty good right here. So we'll just mark it on your paper again and in your bottom of your box. All right, so we're going to attach that to the inside. We'll just erase our little mark there. All right, now we're going to start cutting the pieces for the side of our lid. And those measurements are 5/8 of an inch by 3 3¼ and we're using that same sunflower paper, but we're using the gingham side. I'm just going to cut off my 1/2 inch tab. All right, so these measurements are again 5/8. My hands are really dry. I don't want to move the paper here. Just a sec. 5/8. I'm going to cut 2 strips of that right away. And by 3¼ Just do a quick dry fit, make sure they fit. All right, so then we're going to cut 6 of those. Again, 5/8 of an inch by 3¼ All right, then we're going to just apply some 1/4 inch Souk Wang or score tape, whatever you call it, to these little pieces for our side of our box. All right, now we're going to start adhering them to the lid of our box. I'm going to take each piece for every side of the hexagon. And then when we do decorate the top of the box, that's when we're going to add the little butterflies, or not the butterflies, little bumblebees onto the corners. But we'll do that last. It's really windy here today, so I don't know, you might be hearing some rumbling going on outside here. It's a little loud every once in a while.
Sure, it's just your belly.
Yeah, Teresa didn't feed me this morning. There you go. No, it's all good. I didn't get any sleep, but. So you're going to see a little bit of black there, but we're going to be putting our little bumblebees in there, so you won't be seeing much of that. So. Put that one a little crooked, but we'll just cut that off. I think it'll be good. All right, so we're going to put that aside now that we've got our box or our lid done. And then we're going to start with the outside of our box. So it's these pieces that we're going to be cutting next. And we are going to cut 6 pieces measuring 2 3/8 of an inch by 3 1/8. And we're going to be using the paper with the black with the yellow flowers on it. So it is called Sweet Poland. So this is the piece that we're going to use for the outside. So again, we're going to cut these at 2 3/8. By 3 1/8. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be attaching them towards the lower portion of the box. We're going to be leaving this open just so that when we put the lid on, that we're not going to wreck our paper. So again, we're going to cut 6 of those, 2 3/8 by 3 1/8. All right, so we're gonna get some sequin on that, and then we're gonna place them onto the box. Place that first one in there just so you can see. We're placing it right towards the bottom, leaving about 1/8 of an inch at the bottom, and you're gonna place them right in there, leaving that top part about 3/4 of an inch top empty. Once we have this box completed, ladies, you can actually put 30 small pictures in this box onto the little pages. And then, I mean, of course, you can always add pictures to the center of the box, or you could put something in the center of the box, like candy or anything like that for somebody if you're giving it away as a gift. Okay, 2 more sides to go.
Pardon me? Yeah, yes, it is. Go back in. Yes, you do.
This is really beautiful paper on this black box. I really love it. It's very summery. All right, our last little page for the outside is getting put on as of now. And then we are going to start doing the black part from the inside. So these pages here, right here. So we are going to use the same paper. So you're still using the same called Sweet Poland paper. And we are going to cut these 6 of these at 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. And so that's for the inside of this box part.
Just remind them that, if they can't keep up, that's okay. Remember that they have all the instructions in front of them.
Okay, so ladies, so for those of you that cannot keep up, just remember you do have full instructions in front of you that you can follow. I'm going as slow as I think I am capable of, kind of thing. So if you can't keep up, don't worry about it. You can always follow back on your instructions that are in that you got in your packages. Everything is measured out there as well, and also photos. So yeah, so I'm going to go as slow as I possibly can. And yeah, so hopefully we can all enjoy our day doing this great project.
And the other thing, Bonnie, at the end of the day is it's being taped as well. So at the end, you can go back into the website and see and watch it again
Exactly.
over and over and over.
That's right. And when we are done, it's going to be recorded and it's going to be posted on our website. So again, these pieces are going to be cut at 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. So we're going to be cutting 6 of those. Now these ones we can actually do right to the top because our lid isn't going to interfere with the closure. So that is nice. And then when you decide to put photos in, you can put a nice like 3 by 3 or 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 size photo in here. All right, so we're going to put those 3 1/8 or 3 1/8 pieces right in there. We're leaving just a little bit of a black border of the chipboard piece showing. And you don't want it right in that fold as well. So don't put your paper in that fold or it's going to come up on you. So ladies, once we're done this box, we will stop for lunch. And then we will continue after lunch at 1 o'clock. We'll start with our layout and then the 3 cards. So for those of you that don't do layouts, you are welcome to use those extra pieces for whatever you wish. Some of you will probably make just some more cards, so you're welcome to do that as well. And we'd love to see what you create with your things, so you could share those items with us at the end of the Zoom class or post them on our page, Facebook page. That'd be great. We'd like to see what you do with your items. If you don't create the same as what we're teaching, I'd like to see what you come up with.
Did you cut all these papers? Okay, so you're putting that, okay, sorry, just hang on a second. Okay, we have a question on the phone.
Okay,
You're putting that paper on the inside when it shows it on the outside, so should have they cut 12 pieces opposed to 6 pieces?
no, we started off with 6 pieces for the outside, but they were different measurements because we're not covering the whole box from the outside. Otherwise, your lid is not going to fit nicely.
Did you catch up?
So those first 6 measurements that we did on the outside of the box, ladies, we just had this question. So for the outside of the box, those 6 pieces were 2 3/8 by 3 1/8, because we don't want them at the outside of our box, because our lid will not fit properly, or you're going to wreck the paper when closing the box. So those measurements are differently than the ones inside. And you don't see this when your box is closed anyways, so it doesn't matter. And you would agree, if you do put that paper all the way up, you're going to end up wrecking your paper from the outside here. Okay, so we'll continue on with our pages for the outside here, and we will place them in. We're almost done this part of the box, and then we will continue with the inside pages. Oh, that's okay, thanks.
Hey, listen to the wind, hey?
Yes, it's crazy windy out here. It's quite loud.
It's just blowing.
It's quite spooky, yeah. All right, so we're going to put our last piece on our box part. All right. I'm just going to grab my next piece that we're going to work on. All right, so we're going to put our first pieces in here, and they are going to be called Buzzing By. So it's this piece here with the bees and the honey comb and the beehives. And we're going to cut 6 of these at 3 by 3. So they're going to go on the first page of our explosion box. So we're going to cut 6 at 3 by 3. And I'm just using a leftover piece where I cut my hexagon piece from my box. I'm going to use that piece up first, and then we'll start the next sheet if we need to. What I like about Photoplay, they always have 2 of each paper in them. That's lovely. All right, so we're gonna cut 6 at 3 by 3. And these are gonna go right in here. So we're gonna cut 6 of those. Doesn't really matter what order you put them in. But I'm going to put this one in here and then we're gonna choose, or I have a different one that we're gonna put on the opposite side. But we'll start off with this one first. Make sure I'm still on camera here. All right, so we're gonna leave about 1/8 of an inch border of the white paper showing, just like that. And then we'll go to the next one. So you don't want to put your paper onto that fold, so just leave about 1/8 of an inch around. You don't want it in that crease. All right, we have 2 pages left here. Just want to make sure I don't put the little bees upside down. All right, for the next cut, ladies, we're gonna take the little gnome paper, and it's called Beekeeper. We are gonna cut these as well at 3 by 3. And they are gonna go on the opposite side of our little bees that we did on this side. So we're gonna just do them opposite side of this, and then we're gonna start working on the inside page. So again, 3 by 3. And we're gonna cut 6 of those. All right, so we have 6 of those, and we're gonna place them on the opposite side here. Again, you're gonna leave about 1/8 of an inch of the white page showing all the way around. Just a reminder, if those of you that are maybe falling behind a bit, there's always instructions to fall back onto. More to go here. There's a lot of pages to cover here. I love that these explosion blocks come already made up for you. You just have to cover them up with paper. Whoever came up with these were brilliant. All right, so this is our last piece of this one. Now we should have our outside of our box covered, our inside chipboard piece, the black, and the first page. And then we're going to go to page 2. And we are taking the sunflower pattern. So I'm going to take the leftover of this one. So it's the sunflower pattern is this one. And we are going to cut 12 of these because we're going to be using this side and we're going to be using the opposite side. So, yes, so this one we are going to be cutting 12 of. And we are going to cut them at 2 3/4 by 2 7/8. I'm just going to use this leftover piece first. And we're going to cut them again at 2 3/4 by 2 7/8. Sounds like it's storming out there. It's really loud. Is it raining? Not raining? Okay. All right. So these pieces are going to actually, sorry, this side is going to be first. So we're going to do the gingham side next to the beekeeper or the bees wood grain. So we're going to put the gingham side there, and then the sunflower will be on the inside. So we'll place gingham here, sunflower here. So we're going to cut 12 of these. And again, those measurements were 2 3/4 by 2 7/8. So we have 6 sunflower pieces. Then we're going to go to the gingham side of the paper. 2 3/4, 2 7/8. Just using the scraps of my piece here, so 2. My whole sheet here. 2 again, ladies, 2 3/4 by 2 7/8. Right, so we have 6 of those and 6 of these. So we'll start off with the gingham ones on this side. Went on the wrong way. Sorry, ladies. I make mistakes sometimes too. I reckon not wrecking the page. Got that wrong. Just a second. Sorry, ladies. I found that some of these explosion boxes were a little bit different than the next one. So just gonna double check these measurements. Sorry. Work as long as I cut them right, I guess. I'll just double check. Yes, I didn't quite put these quite short enough. There we go. That makes sense. Sure I got these correct before we start adding the adhesive to them. So yes, it should measure 2 7/8 by 2 3/4. And the 2 7/8 will be running this way. All right, so for our, got one last gray gingham piece to put on. And then we'll start on the very inside of the box page. So this side right here. So we'll just finish up this one. Then we can start doing some decorating on the top of our boxes. So there's just a little bit of fussy cutting to do for the top of the box. So we'll do that together. So hopefully I'll keep up. All right. Now we're going to, just going to make sure I cut these correctly, as I did not do one of them there. So that looks like I did. All right. So now we're going to work on our very last page here. Using that opposite side. So they got the sunflower showing. So the opposite side of the gingham. So I thought of something afterwards that you could do is you could make a little hexagon album to fit in the inside of this. This little explosion box would be a cute little idea. So make a cute little coffee table piece where you can fill it up with photos to on your coffee table would be cute. Or Teresa's going to show us a little something that she's got going on later on, and it would be really cute on there as well. So this project here, I'm making this one for Teresa, so I'm sure she's going to fill it up with pictures of her grandbabies.
That they let them know I had one on Thursday.
Yes, and Teresa had a new grandbaby on Thursday. That was so exciting. That's your youngest daughter?
Yes.
So
My baby.
it's Teresa's baby that had a baby. So it's great. Big congratulations to them. All right, so we're just going to put on our last piece of paper for their box. So the decorating and adding the photos is going to be kind of left up to you ladies to do. Just going to make a couple suggestions though. If you're putting photos on here, I would just make them a little bit smaller that you could see a little bit of the paper. And then a lot of these sticker elements on your sticker sheets can be used on the little pages. Like, I love all these little words in here that you could add to your pages, and the bees, and different decorations on there, and little quotes. Be nice little add into the little explosion box. So now we're going to work on the outside of our box. So I'm just going to close up our box. And then we are going to start decorating the top. All right, so what I used on this box is I used the word happy in your sticker sheet. So we're going to peel them off, and then we're going to pop dot them onto the box. Now what I do is I just cut my pop dots into smaller, thinner strips so that we can pop them onto the letters like so. As it sticks to my hand and it doesn't let go. Now I didn't put the word happy on there straight, and makes it easier for putting these on. So I don't have to worry about it being straight. So we're just going to add one more piece of pop dot in the center here for the H, and then we'll add that one, and then we'll continue from there with the next letters. These little guys are so staticky, they just stick to my fingers. All right. So we're just going to place the H like so. Yes. I'm going to start with put some pop dots on the A there. How are we for time there, Green? Okay. Should be perfect then for. So this placing of these, the word happy isn't too critical. Like I said, I didn't put it on straight, so it's not too fussy. I'm just gonna, oops, pop dot sticking out too much. So the A, I just put a little bit lower than the P. So. Now the P's, I have a flower in the center of the P's. So we're going to just put, hoping a full pop dot will work on there. I should. bit. I'll just put a full pop dot in there. The first P quite a bit higher than the second P, so we'll just put that one there. Sticky job. That one like so, and then we have the Y. The happy box. So at the end of our Zoom class, we have a bunch of new items to show you ladies this afternoon. So that's something to look forward to. Some exciting new stuff. And then we'll also do some draws as well. All right. We're just going to add our last letter. So, all right. And then in your kits, I got some die cuts and some punched out flowers for you. I figured we could add into this little kit. So we're going to take 2 of the yellow flowers and we're going to take this larger bumblebee. So I'm going to place them on there. All right, so I'm just going to push my petals up a bit on my flowers just so that they stand out like a flower. Just going to add a little dab of art glitter glue or any liquid glue that you have. I guess I should put it on the box that I'm supposed to decorate. And we're just going to add those yellow flowers to the center of the peas. Like so. All right, then we're going to take this die cut of this bee and we're going to pop dot him onto the box. So I just added pop dots just to the solid black of the bumblebee. So his head and his bum. Oops, this die piece didn't come all the way out. Get that out there. Place him right there. And now in your ephemera packs, I punched mine all out and I put them in this little container, but we're going to cut this beehive out of this piece from your ephemera. I think in your instructions, it says that I cut this from one of the 3x4 cards, but that was the mistake. It's the piece from your ephemera. I use my honeybee scissors, my cutter bees. They match the decor. These are great scissors, by the way. Great for fussy cutting. Good thing there's no little bee antennas because I'd be cutting them off. So this leaf that's kind of off the paper, I just cut the trunk part. Don't worry about that. All right, so we're gonna place that coming off the edge of the corner. So I'm gonna pop dot it on there. But what I did is I just cut this at an angle here so that it looks like it's coming off the page. So we just do it like that. Now we're going to pop dot this little beehive and we shall be done the box or the cover of the box anyways. And then we will do our little bees on the edges. Our little happy box will be complete. Little strips of pop dots on my leaves here. All right, so we're just going to dot kind of came off. Stick that back on there. Another little piece right on the trunk of the tree there, or the stem of the tree. All right, so that is our outside of our box or the lid part. And we're going to take those little bumblebees that I got you guys to cut out for homework. And we are going to attach those to our corners of our box from the outside. So I use the liquid glue on just the body of the bee. So you're going to lift up your wings a bit. And then we're just going to attach it to each corner. So there's going to be 6 bees on the outside of your box. So that's the first one. You can see them all in the box here, but or the lid. They're all attached to the corners there. Have to let them dry before we open and close the box. And one little bee left. Right. So you'll have all the 6 little bees attached to your corners. Put that one aside to let it dry. And then I'll just give you a quick run by as to what we're going to be doing right after lunch here. Got my mess. All right, so right after lunch, we're going to do the double layout. So this is what I came up with. Our hive, our happy family. So we're going to work on this right after lunch. So you're going to put aside these 2 peaches or 2 pieces that are called Tweet Tweet. So it's ones with the bird houses on the opposite side. So these are the pieces we're going to be working on right after lunch. Okay, so just a reminder, we are taping the class, so you can watch it again on our website under the videos button once we have downloaded it and added it on there. So yeah, so we're going to stop for lunch now, and then we will be back right after lunch, and we will start with the layout, and then we'll do the cards, and then we'll do some little bit of show and tell of some of our new stuff that's come out. We have a lot of new kits that we just did, and Teresa's got little decor pieces that she's going to show you. So yeah, so we'll stop for lunch, and we will see you at 1 o'clock.
Bonnie, I had a question that I posted in the chat about half an hour ago, and I'd like to know it for the instructions so I can catch up to you.
Okay.
The instructions don't specify the direction of the 2 3/4 piece and 2 7/8 piece. What blank goes along the top?
You said this way, but I wasn't looking. I was looking down, so.
Oh, okay. So were you asking about, sorry, this piece here?
Yep. And that's
Okay, so 2 7/8 is going this way.
okay. So 2 3/4. Okay, 2 7/8.
Yes, 2 3/4 this way, 2 7/8 this way.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, and there's 12 of those, so because they're both the same, right? We're just, it was the same paper, just the opposite side used on this one side.
Okay, so 2 7/8 across the top.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'm hoping all your boxes are the same, because I did notice on the one box that I did prior to this one was the measurements were a little bit different. So you gotta kind of have to watch, but I think they should have all worked out. I hope they did. Yeah, because I know my other box that I did was slightly different. I mean, we ordered 60 some of these boxes, so I mean.
So probably ordered over 100.
Yeah, exactly. Teresa says, yeah, we've ordered over 100 of these boxes. So I mean, I'm sure the manufacturer can't keep them all the same. I mean, something's got to go wacko sometime or other, but yeah, so hopefully that helped and everybody's got theirs almost completed or completed. Hopefully you could keep up.
And if not, you can go back.
But yeah, if you didn't keep up, you can always go back to your instructions or to the videos that we're going to download later. So we'll stop for lunch and we'll see you after lunch.
Thanks, everyone.
Yes, thank you.